All right, everyone. Thanks for clicking. Thanks for watching. And again, to everybody that keeps subscribing, we really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button somewhere right here, so that way you know when we post new content. We're here today to swap out the OEM steering wheel. I've been wanting to get one for a while. Finally decided to pull the trigger. We're putting it on the car today. Come along, see what the guys are gonna do for us.
Been a long week. This is all you need basically. Take the airbag off. I'm just using like basically like a straight. I use these to take off the oil rings, but it could be like a pick or whatever. But I need your keys to start. So make sure to have the keys. You know that's an important tool you're gonna need. Okay.
All right, guys. Lewis went ahead, popped out these little tabs right here that you're looking at. Excuse the poor lighting. I forgot my
right there.
Light.
There's three of them. One here, one down here, and then one on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So I already basically stuck this inside the little hole, and I pushed in the clip. Now I'm able to release the first step, which is the airbag. We already disconnected the battery. So now you're gonna have 3 cables in here. This is gonna be your ground cable, and then these are gonna be your airbag lights, your airbag sensors, I mean. Okay, I already took the first one off from the airbag. So there's just these 2 little clips right here. You just grab your fingers and you push them down. And there you go, that's it. And then now the last one is gonna be the ground, which is literally this clip down here. You press this down and then it slides out. There you see it. Don't press this top one. This top one doesn't do anything. It's just this one right here. So now your airbag is off. The battery is disconnected, so you don't want this to explode on you while you're doing this. It's gonna be a funny ER story, you know. So now there's a nice paperweight.
Yeah, for the foreseeable future.
$4,000 or $5,000 paperweight, but here you go.
Is that what they cost?
I don't know. I think a couple grand now for these.
Probably like $800.
Hell no, for an airbag, you're smoking, bro. We're gonna find out. We're gonna put in the comments. Think how much it costs. Okay, so these silver clips right here, this is what's holding the airbag. If you see the circle in the middle, that's where the nipple of the metal goes in. And then if you see down here, we're literally just gonna press that, and then that's how it's basically releasing. So you're pressing it, and then that releases the tension up here and allows you to push the airbag out. And remember, there's 3 of them. One here on the left-hand side, a lower one, and then the right-hand side clip. So those 3 remove the airbag. And then these are the clips up close, what we're talking about. So you're gonna push down on these, you're gonna pull on these white ones like this, and then that will release the tension from this, and then you're gonna pull it out. And then the ground one is gonna be this lower cable. So when you have it inside,
It's underneath.
don't waste your time and press this top one, because this top one isn't gonna do anything. It's this underneath one. You press it down with your finger, and then that releases the ground cable. All right, next thing up, we're gonna take this 10 off. It's a 10 mil Allen wrench. We're gonna take the buttons off, disassemble basically the grounds and all the little cables in the background. And then we'll put the spoon works bell hub, and then we'll do the steering wheel up next. Okay, so you're gonna need one of these. This is what we're using. Obviously, we're a shop. You might need to buy this and then add it to like a breaker bar, and then have someone hold the actual steering wheel.
Jesus.
It becomes complicated if you're doing it at home, you know? So we're gonna use our impact, and we're gonna use this. There is Loctite in here, so be mindful that it is gonna require a lot of torque for you to loosen it. We do these a lot, so this is kind of the easiest way that we found out to do it. If not, Morris has to hold the steering wheel this way, and then I have to push up while we're putting the bar down, and then it will loosen because it's a lot of torque. But with the gun, I can just put it in here, and then just make sure it's centered good. We're gonna hold it right here with my knees. And that's just low torque. But if you see this, all of this green stuff, this is all the Loctite in the bolt. So if you're doing it by hand, you're gonna do a lot of cranks. So you saw there was minimal movement in the actual steering wheel. And if you have the correct tools, you're not gonna strip anything. You see, this is good.
Basically, Honda doesn't want you taking this.
Yeah, they don't want you taking this off. But we're gonna take it off. We're gonna add some blue Loctite here, and then we'll torque it to spec right after. You know, but this is what all you need. You need a 10 mil, and there he is, like always. Anyways, here you go.
All right, now you're gonna give it some love. Now you're gonna give it some love taps.
Well, now we're gonna remove this.
Be careful, don't yank all crazy.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the clock spring, and the clock spring has a cable that connects to basically the buttons, and these airbag ones are gonna stay here.
Don't remove
The clock spring wires or any of this.
Yeah,
just leave
all
this
that right
as
where
you
it's at.
removed it. Yeah.
Lewis went ahead and marked with a black marker right there, just so we know where, you know,
It should slide in.
top dead center is at, as a reference point.
So yeah, now what we're gonna do is remove this ground right here. We're gonna move these two Phillips, and then start disassembling the steering wheel itself.
Now, what would you say, guys? This is for the modern person who wants to go ahead and install this. Let's say me.
It's gonna take like 2-3 hours, easy. We're only in this like 10 minutes.
I love the face Morris makes.
Are you in Albert hours or normal person
Yeah,
hours?
Albert billable hours, not.
It's at least taking 4.
He said 4. I was being nice.
I wouldn't doubt it. Is that including a lunch?
A lunch?
That's including getting frustrated and going inside.
Yeah, I give myself
Does that include
a
the
break.
next day as well? I'm gonna leave the screws right here
Probably.
so we can see what's being removed. Unless Albert somehow decides to.
Ooh, I want to hope that like Lewis bumps it and then it falls on him, so that way he could stop blaming me for
Hey, the
his,
charger turns on.
Yeah, for his faults here.
And luckily this is a manual car, so it doesn't have the stupid little buttons right here, you know. But you can see these are little holes we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But basically, those two clips are off. Now, if you see these two in here, there's gonna be these two little things that we're gonna use some pliers, and then we're gonna just compress it a little bit, and then we'll push it forward.
Those can be kind of annoying, right?
Yeah, so you see how this is already being removed. So we'll remove the backing first, because there's most likely something hidden in the back that's holding the front, you know? So there's a little clip under here, which you guys shouldn't break if you're ever gonna put your stock steering wheel back on. You're gonna just lift it up. You can see it right there. Lift it up, and then you're gonna bring it over, and then the top part is gonna need to pop up first. And then from there, you can go and pop everything off. Everything is basically like, you can pull it apart. You don't need no special, like you're gonna be prying it here and all that. Then you're gonna ruin the steering wheel.
You know, nothing too much, but
We're gonna go back to our trusty little, you know, flat pick right there. And then we're gonna just push right there. Once that's off, we can pull this cable out of the sensor right there, and see half of it already came off. Run the other way. We're gonna press right there, and then boom. And here we go. Here's your buttons that you're gonna need for your actual new steering wheel. As you can see, same thing, same premise. There's like a couple little clips right there. These two lower clips is what holds it, and then we're gonna be able to just push it out.
that we're trying to figure out how to remove here.
Yeah, which is just gonna be these little, you know, these little tabs right here. I'm already just pushing them in. Usually what I do is I'll grab like the end of the Phillips on the tension ones, and then I'll just press down on it right there. And then same thing on this side. Just press down. And then, but sometimes because it is brand new, it does take a little bit of leverage on both sides.
So don't be afraid to kind of manhandle it a little
You
bit.
see, kind of just wiggle it a little bit to the side, and then the whole thing removes. And you're still gonna have the same tabs, so just make sure you don't break them. But like I said, just kind of position yourself where you can like grip both of it, and you can kind of just pop one side out. Don't just try to pop everything off at one side, because then you will break all your little tabs, you know. And then whenever you do want to put your stock stuff back on, it's gonna be a difficult time. Next thing is up is we're gonna remove the wiring harness that comes inside of it, because we're gonna reuse that stuff for the works bell. But yeah, this is gonna be kind of like the more difficult part about the whole thing, is you're gonna have to try to.
Time on it.
You see? Boom. There you go. And it's all these little clips in here. That one, that one, that one, and that one. That's just one side. So I gotta do the other
Good
side.
luck with it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, so.
But we'll pick up right when we're done with this. Again, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them. And you're just gonna want to be careful with it, the way you pull it. I mean, actually, it looks like you just almost stretch the plastic out. But again, you want to be careful. All these
Especially
things.
on the side. And if you see, there's already like a split on all of them.
Not on that one. I noticed it on the other one. But yeah, it already looks like it comes pre-split. Just be careful. You don't want to ruin it. Because if you ever are going to, you know, put this back to OEM,
You're gonna need to save them.
be because in my own words, I'm never selling this car.
And then basically,
I'm never selling this car, huh, Morris?
that's the second one.
All
So
right.
now we're done.
Both
we
units are out.
don't need this anymore.
Excuse the 10,000 lumen light here, but we didn't take our.
But in reality, this is like the only tool you really need.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and like obviously to remove the 10, but this basically did everything.
Yeah, if you have pick tools, that could work too, but
Something flat works.
This is it. This is what you're gonna need. I hope it's zoomed in enough for you guys. But yeah, that's what you're gonna need to take care of all these little clips. All right, guys, we opened up the Boss Switch bracket set, which is from Spoon Sports. We opened it up. We're gonna go ahead and put in the hub.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
Got the boys opening up the gift like Christmas morning, except they don't let me touch anything.
Yeah.
How come you guys don't let me touch anything when it comes to unboxing stuff?
Cause you're gonna fuck it up.
You see that?
Yep. This is how we're gonna screw it on.
It only needs to go to 22 foot.
This is the main piece you're gonna need. It's gonna be the actual hub that goes into the.
Damn, that shit's beefy, huh?
Yeah. So.
Alright guys, so the kit gives you all the necessary instructions that you need. I'm glad the boys and I have been practicing our Japanese, so this will be no problem. But for all of you that don't speak Japanese, yeah, quick little Google search will help you guys out. Make sure that you do have on hand before you start this project some Loctite, because you are going to need it. Is it recommended that they clean it off, they do anything to it, or can they just pull it out and then re-torque it back down? Okay, well I guess they can just put the Loctite in and re-screw it on. Screw it.
There was like some leftover inside. I already pulled it out.
There it is.
Okay. We added the given little Phillips bolt for the ground. Make sure where the silver part is, that's facing you. That's how you know where to add the ground. If the black part is facing you, you're not gonna ground the actual wiring harness. These little small connectors here, you're gonna push them in through the little slit on the back end, and then that's how it's gonna connect to the actual button holder that we're gonna add. Okay. Which is gonna go here. The button holder is gonna go here, onto this piece right here. These two screws that are right here. And they're gonna be the given plastics that are these. They're gonna go.
It's gonna clip in, right? It looks like it.
Yeah, they're gonna clip in like this. And these are gonna go on the back end. Well, like this part basically. Because it should have a little slit right here for it, like this. And that's what's gonna clip in, and that's where you're gonna have your little button. Okay? That's another step. So it's a number 5 Allen. You're gonna need another Allen. And then you're gonna screw these in, and we're gonna tighten them down.
Torque them down to 100 foot-pounds of torque.
More like
None.
10. Maybe 10 pounds, that's it. He said good and tight. It's good enough.
Alright guys, just a quick recap. So far we've done the ground. You can see right there. We've done the SRS delete. And this is yet another form of...
For the horn.
The what?
The horn.
Alright guys, I was going to explain to you what we did as a recap, but I guess they're being strict on this 1 hour install policy here, so excuse me, they went ahead and just covered it all up. Well, everything's stuffed in there. You got your horn button, little extension or whatever adapter, and Lewis yet again is going to go ahead and retorque this down to 9 pounds of torque real quick. Once we do that, we'll be able to put the Spoon Sports steering wheel. Right, buddy?
That's when the hard part starts.
What I like about them is you see right here, once you install it onto the bell housing, it looks like you're able to have some adjustability. So I'm assuming you can move them up or down within, your hand finger length preference. It's pretty cool. I like that. Nice. Right here, you see the little adjustability thing that showing you that you can move it backwards and forwards depending on where you want. That's exactly what it says right there. Okay, next is the centerpiece of it all. It's what you all came here to watch. Actually, I know you ladies are looking out for a Bible bachelor right here. That's him. But this is what you came for to see.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yep. And no, the signature does not come included. We got this signed
By Jamoto himself.
Yeah.
Over at the Bulls meet.
Yep. That was an awesome little event. Can't believe we were lucky enough to get that done.
Here.
Was it like a little adapter piece?
Yeah, actually, it goes into like this, and then that piece goes into that goes into here, like that. And that's what clips onto this. Which this is the pain in the ass to do. This
The horn
piece,
button.
the horn.
One piece is in. Where's your trusty little tool? Morris.
There it is.
Never mind.
Now we center that. Okay. And then this little bad boy goes in right.
Alright. Went ahead and put that little horn button on. Be careful with it. You don't want to push too hard and actually pop the brass piece off. But once you get that pushed in, now you go ahead and screw in these little, what are they? Tiny?
Tiny little screws.
Tiny little screws. Everything's provided, like I said, in the kit. It's up to you if you want to get fancy and buy the titanium ones. But yeah, so far this looks pretty sick.
And this is a Gen 3 steering wheel.
Yeah. The 2s and 1s, good luck. You're gonna pay top dollar for a Gen 1 is.
Ooh, like a couple grand now.
Yeah. I think Type Bar Jose was selling one not too long ago. Yeah, guys, I apologize for the lighting in today's video. That's a shop goal here. We're gonna work on some lighting for next year. But what we really need from you guys is support this. Start subscribing, start telling your aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, friends, you know, to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like buttons because you have no idea really how much that helps. And also hit the notifications buttons so that way you guys know when we post. And this gets torqued down to tight as tight.
Yeah, just please don't break them. These screws are so tiny.
Alright boys, this is going to wrap up this installation here. Again, this was just a quick little video that we wanted to put out for you guys. Super happy about the steering wheel. Great quality. Shout out to Lewis again. Shout out to the trusty labor assistant somewhere on his phone again, who knows. And shout out to Jamoto-san for signing the steering wheel over at the Bulls event. Super proud to have this on the car. It's going to help us out on track. Just as a reference, the Spoon steering wheel is 340 millimeters, a lot smaller than stock. Should help out with turns, just overall feel of driving the car should be better. Like I said, we're gonna play around with the buttons. This is gonna be a different feel because you're used to it being up here, but you know, we'll see how that works out for us. Again, check us out. If you haven't subscribed yet, like I said, make sure that you guys hit that like button. The least we ask of you guys is that, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications button so when we post you guys are up to date, and we will catch you guys out on the next one. Man of many words. Wow.